Hello, it's dumplet here. Here's an item on geometry. There's a square, there's a quarter circle, and there's a secant. Find the length of the red segment, as you can see in the figure. Credits to Alim Gursek Boss for this item. As usual, pause this video if you'd like to give this item a try. But if you're done, let us dive into the solution. Now today I'll be showing you two methods to solve this question, and the first method is the purely geometric approach, and we're going to use some similar triangles to kind of help us get some of the sides that we need here. Now it is pretty obvious that we have a pair of similar triangles because of the fact that, well, the given is a square, so this is going to be a right angle, so immediately we can see a pair of similar triangles, this one and this one. So these two are indeed similar, and the ratio that we can form is going to help us get this segment over here. So this segment, we can use the ratios. So 7 halves is to 7 in the larger triangle. So 7 halves is to 7, or 7 halves divided by 7. That's going to be equal to x over this missing segment. And it's just a matter of solving for this missing segment. So I'm just going to name this like y for now. So 7 over 2 over 7. That's just simply 1/2. So 1/2 equals x over y. So if I solve for y, I will get simply 2x. And that is the first part into solving this one. And then we can take advantage of the fact that we have a lot of right triangles and right angles to be exact. And in fact, we can kind of draw out some lines. Again, this might take a little bit of a trial and error figuring out what to do, but in this case, we would be able to have a nice right triangle over there. And, well, a right triangle and a question involving lengths, it's kind of expected that we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So let us try to figure out the sides of the triangle. Alright, the hypotenuse of this right triangle, it's obviously the radius of this quarter circle, so that's no problem. That's just simply 7. Now, for the two legs of the right triangle, we're just going to use some we're going to just do some subtraction of lengths. For example, this segment over here, we can view it as this entire segment, which we know it has length 7 based on the given. And then all we have to do is just subtract this part, which we acquired to be 2x a while ago. Since we have right angles everywhere, so we can just use some difference of lengths here and conclude that this leg will have a length of 7 minus 2x. By similar reasoning, for the other leg, we can view this leg as the entire segment, which we know has length 7, minus this top portion, which we know has length x. So that's going to give us that the other leg has length 7 minus x. Now, we would be able to form an equation in terms of x, 7 minus 2x squared plus 7 minus x squared. That's going to be equal to 7 squared by the Pythagorean theorem. So all we have to do is just solve for x, and whatever the value of x that we get, it's going to give us this value, which is the missing segment, the length of the red segment as required. So if we try to solve for x here, we're just going to simply expand this and go solve for x. So expanding the 7 minus 2x squared, we're going to get 4x squared minus 28x plus 49. Expanding the square of 7 minus x is going to give us x squared minus 14x plus 49. And, well, 7 squared here is just 49 anyways. So we can easily simplify the 49. And let's combine the like terms. 4x squared and x squared gives us 5x squared. Negative 28x and negative 14x gives us negative 42x. And then we have the 49. So this is just a quadratic equation. So all we have to do is just factor this. So luckily for us, this is going to be factorable. It can be factored into 5x minus 7 and x minus 7. So afterwards, what we have to do is just solve for x. Now, it's pretty weird that we're going to get two values of x. X is going to be equal to 7/5, and x would be equal to 7. But if we go back to the figure, it is pretty obvious that if x was 7, well, if x was 7, then it's going to mean that x here, it has the same length as the side of the square, which doesn't make sense in this context. So we can conclude that 7 here is not going to be the answer, so just like an extraneous root. So another reason why 7 wouldn't work is because, well, 7 minus 2x over here would have a length of -7. Again, that doesn't make sense of having a negative distance. So x here would be 7/5. And there we go. That's going to be the final answer to the question. Now, that's for method 1. Now, for the second method, it is a pretty common technique in a lot of geometry problems, and that is to use the analytical approach. So we're just going to treat this figure as if it was in the Cartesian plane, and we're going to use some knowledge in like the equations of graphs to kind of help us solve this question. So here we can kind of make some equations out here. So for example, I can get the intersection here, this point. Now my strategy would be trying to get this intersection, which I know is going to be in terms of x comma y for some values of x and y, obviously, but the top line over here, it's going to be of the equation y equals 7. So after plotting these points, I realized that this red line, dashed line, would have an equation y equals 7. So if I can manage to get this point, the intersection of the semicircle, the quarter circle and this line over here, or the secant, if I can get the point, especially the y value, all I have to do is just take the difference between 7 and whatever is the y coordinate of this point over here. So we are going to try to get the equations of these two. Now, the equation of the quarter circle, we can just imagine it to be as a whole circle for now. And, well, the center is at 0, 0, and the radius is 7. So we can just simply use the center radius form for this one and get that the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared equals 49. And for the green line, all we have to do is we can use the formula y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. Now, the y-intercept is pretty lucky that we're given that the y-intercept is already 7/2. So all we have to do is actually just get m. Now, for m, we can simply use this change in y divided by change in x. So we can do 7 minus 7. So m, the slope is equal to 7 minus 7/2 divided by 7 minus 0. And if you work this out, we're going to get the slope to be 1/2. So the green equation, the green line has an equation y equals 1 of x plus 7/2, and the blue line has the equation x squared plus y squared equals 49. Now, take note that they intersect at this point because these two, if I were to take the system of equations, so we're going to do that in a while, but we have to make sure that the x and the y coordinates are positive, because there might be other solutions that we don't need, and from the figure, they intersect in the first quadrant, so we should just make sure that the values of x and y that we'll be getting are positive. So just to make sure that the point of intersection is in the first quadrant, because there might be other points of intersection that might appear in the system of equations. Anyways, since we're trying to get the intersection, we're going to do the system of equations as shown. So we can see that we can substitute y over here, and it's going to result in a quadratic equation in terms of x. So it's just another solving for x here. So I'm kind of skipping a lot of the key steps and the solutions here, but we'll be able to factor the left side to be 5x minus 21, and then x plus 7. So all we have to do is just get the solutions here. So we have two values of x that we will be able to get. X is 21 over 5 and -7. And just as mentioned before, a while ago, we have to make sure that x is going to be positive because the intersection point is in the first quadrant. So x would be 21 over 5. So the next thing that we have to do is to find a y value, which is the thing that we actually kind of want. So y is equal to 1 of x plus 7/2. So we know that y would be equal to 1/2 of x, which is 21 over 5, plus 7/2. Now again, I'm kind of skipping the computations here, but you'll be able to get from here that y would be 28 over 5. So we found the intersection. The point of intersection is 21 over 5, 28 over 5. And as mentioned a while ago, this is going to be the value of the red segment, or let's just say it has a length of d for now. it's going to be equal to 7 minus 28 over 5, because all you have to do is just get the difference between the y values, and that's going to be the length of d. All right, so two methods to solve this question, but whatever method you use, we'll be able to get that the answer is going to be 7 over 5. Hopefully you guys learned something new for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!